everyone, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm gonna make honeycomb bread with cream cheese and chocolate filling. I'm gonna make a very delicious and soft dough. The recipe is very simple and easy, and as usual, all the ingredients will be listed down below the video in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow me on social media. And now, let's start. So for the ingredients, I'm gonna need some flour, some milk, some melted butter, salt, an egg, of course some sugar, and finally some yeast. So first I'm gonna start by activating the yeast in the milk with the sugar, and the milk here should be warm, about 110 degrees. So I added about half a teaspoon of the sugar to the milk. I'm also gonna sprinkle the yeast. Then you wanna mix very well until everything's well combined. Then you wanna set it aside for about 5 minutes until the yeast activates. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start by adding all the ingredients together. Today I'm using my stand mixer, but of course you can use your hands. So simply here, I'm adding all the ingredients to the bowl of my stand mixer. Also the yeast and the water mixture. Now I'm gonna mix everything together until everything's well combined and a dough is formed. Now that's looking perfect. I have a smooth and soft dough. Now I'm just gonna shape it with my hands into a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect, of course, so that's looking fine. Now I have here a bowl, it's oiled with some vegetable oil, and I'm gonna put my dough in and make sure that it's oiled from all sides so that it doesn't dry out while rising. Now I'm gonna cover it with a cling film and with a kitchen towel and let it rise in a warm place for about 1.5 hours. After that, the dough must be doubled in size. I'm gonna dump it on my working surface, and I'm just gonna cut it into 2 equal parts. I'm gonna form each piece into a log, just like so. Now I'm gonna cut each half into 4 equal pieces, and I'm gonna cut each piece into 3 equal pieces, so that I have a total of 24 pieces. Now if you want them to be smaller than that, you can cut each quarter into 4 pieces instead of 3. Now for the filling, I'm going to use some chocolate bars. Here I'm cutting them into small pieces. I'm also going to use some cream cheese. I'm also going to cut them into about 1 teaspoon. After that, I'm going to start the filling. So I'm going to grab a piece of dough and I'm going to flatten it with my hands into a circle. Then I'm gonna put a piece of cream cheese, close it tightly so that it doesn't open up in the oven. Then I'm gonna roll it with my hands until I have a ball, just like that. And finally put it in my baking dish. And I'm gonna do the same process for the ones that I'm gonna fill with chocolate. And continue to do so until you finish all of your dough pieces. Now after I finished, I'm gonna cover them again and let them rise again in a warm place for about half an hour. So after about half an hour, you'll notice that they have puffed a little bit. And I have here an egg white. I added some vanilla extract, and I'm gonna use it to brush the dough balls. And that will give me a very nice color when it's baked in the oven. And at this point, you wanna make sure that your oven is preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 180 Celsius. Now I'm gonna sprinkle some Nigella seeds. Of course, you can sprinkle also some sesame seeds. That will be delicious as well. And I'm gonna bake them for about half an hour or until they are golden brown. And as soon as I get them out of the oven, I'm gonna drizzle some simple syrup. That will give an extra sweetness and make it more delicious. And it will look shiny and very beautiful. The smell is amazing here. The dough is super soft. The smell is amazing here. The dough is super soft. The chocolate is melted. And it's super tasty. So that was it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I also hope that you give it a try. It's really good and delicious. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!